Well, I'm doing an on-the-road, well actually on the driveway repair on this trip. Thanks for watching. I'm in kind of a tight fit here, but I did a repair that I wanted to do before we head back. Right now we're in Parker, Colorado, visiting some friends and having a great time. And I've got the van plugged into their house, so everything's running. And what I've been doing actually is running the ICECO VL60D. This is a fridge freezer. It's huge. We love it. It works great. I actually have an insulating jacket that we probably should put on it, but so far it's doing fine without it. But you can run it from regular outlets, so I've got it plugged in here, and this is going to the back where all my power is, and I've got a 30 amp service coming in, or adapters with 110. And so I've got basically long extension cords, but it's, you know, cut off ends and the heavy gauge wire on both sides with outlets. One right here, then I've got two in the back, so I'm wired for shore power, no problem. What I don't like, and I've probably ranted about this before, is I can also run this with 12 volt, which is the most efficient way. In case you don't know, when you run a 12 volt refrigerator like this, or a fridge like this, it's better to run it 12 volt because it'll use less of your lithium battery. My Ecoflow's back there. If you plug it into the AC and plug it into regular outlet on the Ecoflow, whatever unit it is, my R600 Pro, I've got the numbers wrong, I can't think of the numbers right now, but the Delta and the Pro model or the River, if you run it in the outlet, there's some overhead. That I just mean it has to use extra power to run the inverter, and it puts out some heat and it uses up extra juice to do the same thing the 12 volt can do. The weak link in all this, as everyone knows, is these stinking plugs. I mean, come on. I mean, we had a certain way you plug things into computers, and then Apple did USB, and then now it's USB-C, and it just makes things easier. USB, normally you have to turn it the right way to plug it in, even now, and I always do it opposite. But USB-C fits either way. Great, it's wonderful, smart idea. But these crazy things, I don't care what you're running, a refrigerator, heated mattress pad, whatever, these tend to pop out, especially while you're driving. Just drives you insane. So you think something's running and it's not. And so we're going to have 3 days in a row coming up, starting tomorrow, where we probably won't have shore power each night. We'll be at Harvest Host, and they don't say that they have power. They may very well when we get there, but we don't know. So I need to be able to run from my Ecoflows. I've got enough to run everything. I probably could even run it with a regular household outlet on the units for those 3 nights to keep this going, because I can plug this into the car while we're running, and I just have to watch to make sure this stays plugged in. So what I've done with everything 12 volt is I bought this CUZEC C-U-Z-E-C on Amazon, and I either buy a long cord or short cord, whatever I want. I cut the cord off, and then I splice this in. I just did this to my wife's heated mattress pad and a couple other things. But it just kept falling out of this unit. So back here, I'll show you pictures. I've got a hole in this cabinet where this was, and it's just simply a 12 volt plug. I got the wind blowing. It's about to do a thunderstorm here, and then two USB ports. It really should work fine, but for some reason this outlet doesn't want us to keep it in super tight. Now watch, there it is. Oh, it's working great. I'm fed up with it. And so what I decided to do was I had an extra cord for running the 12 volt. So here it is, it's plugged in. I still got the original. It still works, but you have to finagle with this. So I cut this off, and inside here I just took this out, cut it out, and 2 wires that fed this little panel coming directly from the fuse block. I cut it and spliced it in. So I was ready. I brought a little bag with me. Here's an extra puck light, some extra wire, some tape, and then some butt connectors. I was all ready. Brought wire strippers and wired it in, taped it, all good. I kept the full length of the cord. It's a little more than we need, but I kept it all, so when I get home I can cut it and mount it. But I had zip tie mounts in here, so of course I brought extra zip mounts, so I've got it held in here nice and tight. It's taped like crazy, and I'm now running from an inverter that I have plugged into my shore power. It's I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's a unit that was like $40, and if I have shore power, that's how I run all my 12 volt, my max air fan, and anything else that's plugged into any of these little panels that I've got throughout the camper. So anyway, I'm real happy it worked great, and so now I know that whether I'm driving, if I want to just run it while I'm driving, or however I want to do it. If I want to use this cord right here, I'm no longer going to be a victim of this crazy thing. They have other connectors. There's XT60 connectors that the Delta has lots of things with, and I don't know why they don't get rid of this. It always is the weak link. Get rid of it, all manufacturers. Stop it and put a different way of plugging it into the car. So car manufacturers need to get on board, but I'm sure you can get an adapter to go from this port to something else, or wire it directly into your car. But I've got my battery system. So I've gone on too long about it, but I'm really happy to get this done, and it's rock solid. I don't have to worry about it anymore. So Cusack, if you want to plug things, and it's easy when you just take the bare wires and match them up, and 12 volt's not going to shock you if you don't know which is the positive and negative. And I knew which one was with this, with the red and black, but I wasn't sure about this, so I just had bare wires. Oh, there, fridge came on, now I'm good. Anyway, so there's my quick little episode, and I'll stop right there. Went on too long, but I'm really happy to get this done. It's a nice little addition. Thanks for watching.